Make today iconic. What is up, guys? It's Upcome Sports here with an Indiana Pacers super realistic rebuild, part 1 of this series. Here are the objectives for the Pacers in this one. Gonna be an exciting team to rebuild, but here are the settings I'm gonna be using if you are new. And also, if you're new, I do use one thing that most rebuilds do not, and that is trade override. And you might be thinking why I do this. It's not to cheat or make it easier for me. It's actually not that easy to do realistic rebuilds, but 2K is not the most realistic trade engine or sim engine, so I try to make the trades that I think are the most benefiting for both teams, and also I try to give my reasons why I think this, so it should be good. And here is the Indiana Pacers roster. Obviously, we all know Oladipo is out for the rest of the season, and probably into next season he's going to be out for a little bit. But they are currently 40-22, which no one really expected at the beginning of the season. Even with Oladipo, they are, I believe, the 3rd or 4th seed in the East, which is really good. Oladipo is injured right now, but yeah, they're still doing good without him. They're still winning games. Pretty much it's the system, and the players are buying into it. They play defense. They were the #1 defensive team a while back, so another thing I'm going to be doing for these rebuilds is storylines for the draft. If you guys don't know what this is, basically it adds more interesting and realistic scenarios to the draft. So any one of these guys could turn out to be a bust, or any one of them could be a sleeper, and that's going to be interesting for the rest of this series. And I'm also going to be using player mentorship. If you guys don't know what this is, younger players can be mentored by older veterans, and they learn their badges, which I think is pretty cool. So Aaron Holiday can be mentored by Darren Collison, teach him some passing badges out there, some leadership badges. So that's going to be nice for the young guys. But here is the rotation for the Pacers. This is what they're running in real life. Wesley Matthews did sign with them in the buyout market, so everyone else is not too great on the bench, but we're going to work on that throughout the series. And coach is Nate McMillan. So James Harden is going to win the MVP for the Rockets. And Luka, Rookie of the Year. Lou Will, 6th man. Mike Budenholzer, Coach of the Year for the Bucks. And checking out the All-NBA teams, looks like no one on the Pacers made it. Oladipo probably would have made the defensive team, but he was injured. So we did finish as the 5th seed in the East. We did drop off a little bit, but in the sim, I would expect that because they see that we don't have Oladipo. So they're going to obviously make us worse. But in real life, I don't think they're going to drop off too crazy. I don't think they're going to win a playoff series, though, if we're being honest. So here in the first round, we are playing the Celtics. And we'll see if we can steal one here. Down 1-0 at this point. But we don't really have a go-to scorer at this point. I mean, who is the guy on this team? Would it be Bogdanovich, Miles Turner? He's not really an offensive weapon, but we're down 3-1. At least we get a game on them. And we are going to lose in 5 here. Kyrie Irving dropping 40 points in this game. Hayward with 30 off the bench. So it's not too bad. But Sabonis with 21 and 12. Yeah, we just don't have scoring on this team. So the Thunder and the Bucks made it to the finals. No Warriors and no Raptors. Pretty surprising right there, but it looks like the Bucks are going to win, and they do win in 5. Giannis is the finals MVP. So here in the draft lottery, I did fix the draft lottery odds. So top 3 teams are going to get 14% chance at the #1 pick, and the Hawks actually get the #1 pick. We do have our first round pick, so we will make a pick there. And with our first round pick, we're going to select Jalen Horde, a small forward out of Wake Forest, 6'8", 215. He is a real player, so I don't know too much about him. I do know he's solid all around. He doesn't excel at just one thing, so we'll try to make him a good player. And with our second round pick, we're going to select Austin Wiley, a center. It looks like a traditional center, not really a good shooter, but I don't know if he's the real player. I think he is. Out of Auburn, 6'11", 260. So here in free agency, we do have money to throw at some free agents, and we really need a point guard, so we're going to throw some max deals at point guards. Kemba Walker, obviously, on our list. D'Angelo Russell is restricted, but the Nets don't really seem interested in bringing him back, so we're going to throw a max at him, see if they don't match it. And we'll also throw a deal at Eric Bledsoe. He might re-sign with the Bucks, but he hasn't yet, so we will see if we get them, and we get to choose who we want. So I did end up choosing between Kemba and D'Angelo Russell. I went with D'Lo just because he's younger and I feel like he's going to give a lot more with Oladipo here. Even though Kemba would have done a lot of good things alongside Oladipo, I just went with D'Lo for this one. Don't really use him too much in rebuild, so we're going to see what this team can do. Victor Oladipo is still going to be out for a little bit. I think 1 or 2 months into the season, but still a very good team right here. The bench is kind of bad, though. We don't really have bench depth, so we'll try to work on that through the draft. But we are going to send Jalen Horde to the G League. We'll probably call him up midway through the season to come off the bench. So about 2 months later, Oladipo is back and ready to play. So we are going to start him, but he's only going to get 30 minutes a night. Going to be on a little bit of a minutes restriction. Nothing too bad, but he is coming off of an injury, so here at the trade deadline, we're going to check out how we're doing with this new team. We are in the playoff hunt. We are over 500. Not as good as we were last season, but chemistry issues is probably a big part of that. It's pretty much a new team with D'Lo, so hopefully we get situated. So the MVP for this season is going to be Stephen Curry, RJ Barrett on the Cavs Rookie of the Year, Giannis Defensive Player, and Brett Brown Coach of the Year. Checking out the All-NBA teams, maybe D'Angelo Russell, and he's not going to be there, but Victor Oladipo does make the All-Defensive First Team. And checking out everything else, we don't have any rookies because we did send them to the G League, but we did finish as the 6th seed this time, so not too bad. We'll be playing the Boston Celtics again in the first round. Very tough matchup. They don't have Kyrie Irving, though. I don't know where he went, but they're starting Terry Rozier. Still a pretty good guard. D'Lo had a little bit of a down year after getting that big contract, but hopefully he picks it up. Miles Turner had a really incredible season, though. Domantas Sabonis, very good numbers from him. Everyone else doing pretty good. Jalen Horde, we did pick up and start playing at the end of the season. So here in the first round against the Celtics, we'll see if we can surprise them this time. We do go down 1-0 this time. 1-1 now. Can we go up in the series? We do go up 2-1 here. Are they going to tie it up? We actually go up 3-1 now. Can we surprise the Celtics? 3-2. We're probably going to lose this 3-1 lead. Yup, as it always happens in 2K, we're going to blow another 3-1 lead. Yup. Why is this so common in this game to blow a 3-1 lead? I don't know, but I mean, they were a good team, just we didn't have enough. Oladipo shot horribly in that game. So it's going to be a Sixers Thunder finals. Still no Warriors, still no Raptors in the finals. Pretty crazy right there, but we'll see who wins this one. Sixers are going to win. Embiid is the finals MVP. So here in the draft lottery, we do have our first round pick, but it's not going to be too high. It is going to be at 18, so we'll see what happens. So here we are going to trade Doug McDermott, Dougie McBuckets. We're not really using him at all, and I feel like he's a better player in real life than he is in 2K. So we are going to send him to the Clippers. They need a small forward for a second round pick. And with the 18th overall pick in the draft, we're going to select Brian Antoine, a two-way guard. Maybe a star shooting guard out of Villanova, 6'5". This might be the steal of the draft, unless we scouted wrong, but I have a good feeling about this. Here is the roster after the offseason. Oladipo up to an 89 overall after the injury. So is D'Angelo Russell. Everyone else is okay. Miles Turner's coming into his own right, but our bench is still pretty bad. We don't really have cap to go after big-time bench guys. So we'll have to make some trades or just build through the draft, as I said. But hopefully Antoine develops into a nice six-man or even a starter at some point, because Oladipo is going to start to regress in maybe 3 or 4 years. So we're going to keep the same system, perimeter-centric. So here at the All-Star break, D'Angelo Russell is actually going to be an All-Star starter. So he's going to be on Team Giannis. That is pretty cool to see. And here at the trade deadline, we're going to check out how we're doing. We are the 3 seed right now, currently in the playoffs, 32-21. Finally, our chemistry is getting to the right spot. But D'Angelo Russell is finding himself in Indiana. So we'll see what happens in the playoffs. So in this season, Stephen Curry is going to win back-to-back MVPs for the Warriors. Jaden McDaniels on the Hornets, Rookie of the Year. Giannis Defensive Player, and Steve Kerr, Coach of the Year. Checking out the All-NBA teams. Hopefully D'Angelo Russell, and it looks like he did not make it, but defensive team for Victor Oladipo. Amazing defender, but all rookie teams, looks like no one made it. Checking out the standings though, we were the 2 seed, so we did go up by 1 spot. So we did pretty well. No injuries, no major injuries. Brooklyn Nets in the first round. D'Angelo Russell's old team. That's pretty ironic, but we're going to play them. And checking out the stats, D'Angelo Russell definitely had a better season than last season. Oladipo, kind of a little bit of a letdown, but he is coming off of his injury. But everyone else doing okay. Checking out the team stats on offense, we were number 6, not bad at all. And defensively, top 10. So here in the first round again, can we finally get out of the first round of the playoffs? We go down 1-0. We are the higher seed this time though. 1-1. Can we go up 2-1 this time? We do go up 2-1. 3-1 maybe. And it's tied at 2 apiece. So this one in Indiana. And we lose that one. Now we got to go on the road in Brooklyn and steal one. But let's see if it happens. And no. So we're down 13 here with 2 minutes left. At this point, I'm just going to try to get some buckets. Show you guys the team. Oh, nice crossover. Oladipo for the slam dunk. Oh my goodness. Down 11. Actually 16. What? Okay, Oladipo, he's too strong. He's too strong. You cannot stop Oladipo to the rack. Oh, nice miss right there. Can we get a bucket? Oh, get it to D'Lo for 3, and that's green lights, baby. Can we get another bucket here? And he's playing good defense. Pick and roll here. Oh, get crossed. Get crossed. Another green light, baby. Mid-range from Oli. This team is actually really nice. I like Oladipo and D'Angelo Russell. That would be a filthy backcourt. Oh, give me that steal, boy. Give me that steal to Oladipo for 3. No way that goes in. And it goes in. We cannot miss right now. Down 6 now. D'Angelo Russell. We're down 7 for 3. Another green light for 3. D'Angelo Russell cannot miss. I mean, we're down 6. They aren't missing free throws, but we'll pull up again for 3. Another green light, baby. D'Angelo Russell is incredible. He is a GOAT. So, checking out the stats, we weren't able to come back, but still, that was pretty nice. We weren't missing any shots. DeMarcus Cousins was on this team, but other than that, this team is not good at all. Don't know how they beat us. Look at, they only have DeMarcus Cousins. But D'Angelo Russell did go off right there. 10 for 20, 8 for 15 from 3. Oladipo, not a bad game at all. We just got to get our bench up. So the Nets actually made it to the finals as the 7th seed. They're going to play the Warriors. They're probably going to get smacked here. But it looks like Cousins is actually going to be the finals MVP. I don't know how this team won. Can Victor Oladipo and D'Lo get it together? What is the potential for this Indiana Pacers team? Watch part 2 to find out. But thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment on the road to 281 subscribers.